Hey guys, and welcome back. If you're of the older generation, you may have heard your mother, or if you're younger, your grandmother or your great grandmother say something along the lines of, let that baby sleep. And all old wives' tales stem in some type of, well, most old wives' tale stem in some kind of truth. So, them recommending to let the baby sleep is actually a benefit for the baby. So I understand it's your new baby, you're excited, you want to play with your baby, you may want to change outfits and things like that. But like we touched on in a previous video, you kind of want to put all of the things that you want to do to baby together at one time. We refer to it as clustering care, and it just means that you do everything together at once. So let's jump into a little bit more detail about why that's so important. One of the main reasons is brain development. So when your baby is sleeping, that's when they can achieve better brain development. The neurons have a chance to fire off accurately. So then that's when that's when the milestones come into play. So when your baby is meeting or missing key milestones, it may be directly related to how much sleep and the quality of sleep that they're getting. Now, anybody that's had a baby knows it doesn't have to be completely quiet. It doesn't need to be pitch black dark in the room for your baby to sleep. But at the same time, you don't want to have your baby in the middle of like a raging party when they should be sleeping. So you do want to kind of dim the noise. The TV can be on, the radio can be on, just as long as it's not blasting, because that affects their quality of sleep. How much sleep depends on how often you're actually active with baby. So if they're in a fully sleep state and you happen to glance over and notice that their diaper has a little, the line is indicating that there's urine in the diaper. If you know that you just changed the diaper within the last 1 to 2 hours, it's not going to cause a diaper rash. It's more important to let your baby sleep rather than waking them up to change the diaper and then try to put them back to sleep and then wake them back up to eat and then try to put them back to sleep. All of that is disruptive. So every time your baby is awake, it's just like if we go to the gym and it's not, that 20-30 minute gym session. It's that fully exhausting gym session that you just want to come home, sit on the couch and not move. That's what it's like for your baby to be awake. It is burning up a ton of calories. It's using up a lot of energy for them just to be awake. And then if you're actually doing things with them, most likely you're going to end up crying, and then that's going to be using up their energy and burning up even more calories. So using the analogy of a gym session, if you have a really strenuous gym session, typically you want to eat really well to kind of replenish some of the protein and calories that you lost, while not in excess, of course. Well, for your baby, unfortunately, if they've burned up a lot of calories because they're awake and crying and fussing, and they've burned up all their energy, now they don't have energy to eat. So we talked about it in a different video before about how 1 ounce of formula typically has somewhere around 20 calories. Well, if you're waking them up more often than they normally would wake up to eat, they're burning through those little bitty calories that they already get. So now they don't even have the energy to eat more to replenish what they've just lost. So for brain development, for calorie conservation, for energy to actually eat, we do want baby to sleep a little bit more than some new parents give their baby the ability to do because they're so excited. And we get it, we understand, but we do want you guys to take into consideration that baby does need to rest fully when they're in rest mode. When they're awake, that's when you do all the things. Change your diaper, change your clothes, play with them a little bit. When I promise, they will get bigger before you know it, and they'll be awake for hours on end for you to play with. But in the very, very beginning, yes, grandma, mama, great grandma was right. Let that baby sleep. See you guys next week. Hope you guys learned something, because that tells me I've done my job. Bye.